Hey everyone, it's John from JKParanormal. Just wanted to introduce myself and kind of break down the channel, let you know what you can expect. Um, I do have a serious case of ADD, so I tend to jump from subject to subject without realizing it, so I'll do my best to stay on topic. Um, I'll be investigating locations locally, really until I can get out to other locations or, expand, different areas on the East Coast, whatever I have access to. Um, I don't have the best equipment money can buy. Just doing the best with what I have. Um, I don't approach any locations commanding spirits to show themselves or antagonizing them with aggression just to provoke a response. Acting this way is seriously disrespectful and something I just don't stand for. I personally don't use phone apps. Um, I've seen so much about them online, and a few pages I've researched about them, and I just really don't see it as something I want to get tangled up in. I do have basic devices a lot of teams use. Tested, researched them as well, and I know there's no proof of them being credible, but honestly, I'm not going to sit here and tell everyone what equipment to use or not use. If that's the way someone wants to investigate, then hey, go for it. You got to start somewhere. Um, but at the same time, it can't hurt to test the waters. Just basically learning about them hands on. Um, I mean, I honestly don't see a problem in it. I mean, everybody's curious about it. So, I mean, hey, why not? Um, I'm usually just running cameras. Rarely do I use an EVP recorder or spirit box or anything like that. But if I do, I'm not the type to allow a device to take control of the investigation because honestly, at that point, it just becomes ghost hunting. Um, Not one to flip out or point straight to a spirit or demon if anything occurs. Honestly, may sound harsh, but we have so many channels that do that for us already, and honestly, I don't want to be a part of that list. um, I use logic. I think of what could have caused this or that if anything was to occur. um, my editing is not that great, still learning as I go. um, I've tried out Adobe Premiere, Microsoft Clipchamp, and DaVinci Resolve. Um, any tips on editing would be much appreciated. I mean, we all have to start somewhere, so um, you know, anything helps. Just starting out, doing investigations and everything, and I'm kind of jumping in this blindfolded at the moment. Really, if I post any content on here of investigations, if anyone has questions about my content, or if anyone would like to see raw footage, feel free to ask. I have nothing to hide. And these days, honestly, in some content, that's hard to find. Um, there's just so many videos on investigating and hunting the paranormal, and it it really makes it difficult for viewers to know, what's real and what's not. So I want to assure you all that I'll provide real footage. No need to add content or alter content to make it look like something that it isn't. Um, I'm not going in on any channels, nor will I ever call anyone out. Um, it's pointless to start a keyboard war with someone because they don't like a video I put out. Um, I'm not a debunker, but I fully support community of debunking, which I am a part of, and I love it and support it to the fullest. Um, I am a believer in the paranormal, so yes, I do get rubbed the wrong way when I see channels that clearly fake the paranormal and make a mockery of what I believe in. I am not being toxic towards anyone whatsoever. I am expressing my opinion which I'm entitled to just like any other person. And, you know, bringing negativity my way is not going to trigger a response. I'm more mature than that. I know that, some people love getting a reaction by trolling or trash talking and etc. etc. I just don't want that kind of interaction on my channel. So don't hate just because I'm stating facts or opinions you don't agree with. And, yes, I understand there will be those that do or do not agree with any opinions I have, regardless. I mean, that's just how it goes. Um, if you don't like my content, remember, you don't have to watch it. Don't waste time leaving negative comments. Hitting the back button is a lot easier than you think. Now, if you actually respond with a constructive comment or any constructive criticism, by all means, do so. I mean, let's talk about it. Give me your opinion, and I'll talk back and forth. We won't have to fire back at each other. Just talk like civilized people. just just don't be negative or like launch a personal attack on me over a video. um, anyways, I really do appreciate everyone that's been supportive and patient with me. I know it's been a while since you know I've said several times that I was going to put out content and everything, but just life occurrences just haven't been very kind to me, and honestly, I have to focus more on you know my personal life than I do on making a YouTube video. But this, I figured this would be a good way to kind of introduce myself and kind of tell you what my channel is about. Um, I don't I don't think I'm better than anyone, or I'm not gonna sit there and say you're investigating wrong, right, whatever. I have no room to say anything about that. It's just I have opinions and views that I see in different videos, and honestly, the way that a lot of teams investigate, it's just like it's almost like I myself am looking for answers, researching, and just kind of want answers to the questions that every other paranormal investigator has. Well, real paranormal investigator. We're in search for the truth. We're in search for answers. But when I see other teams, literally depending on devices and letting that run their narrative, it's just like you're not even investigating, because honestly, just repeating constantly on what your device told you or said to you or anything, honestly, a lot of teams I've seen, they catch zero evidence. They catch nothing. All they catch is a couple of bad EVPs from, the infamous DR60, and, using phone apps, and just people just eat that up, and I don't get it. I really don't, because honestly, it's something people need to question more. Because if paranormal investigating is unpredictable, how can you sit there and say, "Oh, we're in for a crazy night"? Like, if it's unpredictable, how do you know how crazy it's going to be unless you actually staged that investigation you're about to do? You know, there's a lot of things I scratch my head about, and really, I'm just tired of seeing it, and I'm going to be one of the channels that shows exactly what a real paranormal investigator does during an investigation. We don't sit there and laugh and joke. Yeah, somewhat, but that's something you can do, either off camera or to basically just kind of pass time, whatever. But some of the teams I see insulting locations or making locations out to be a joke, and I really I don't like that at all, because you're not farming for, not farming, you're not searching for activity or answers or anything. You're just trying to look good for your crowd, which, hey, I get it. YouTube is an entertainment platform, and I understand you're trying to, look good for your audience, but there's a difference between looking good for your audience or pleasing your audience and lying. You know, people lie and deceive people on YouTube constantly. I've seen so much of it, and it's just like I don't understand how people can be so hateful towards each other as far as videos go. Now the debunkers, I completely and fully understand where they're coming from, because there's a few of them that are true firm believers. There are some that are skeptics, but they don't sit there and lie to you. They're trying to basically help people to kind of approach these videos with more of an open mind, instead of just eating up everything they feed to you. And that right there, that's what I love about the debunking community, because they clearly have credible evidence that they're doing what everyone else sees as real. They're faking it to make it more exciting, because investigations are nothing like what you see on some of the channels on YouTube. You could go out to a location and get zero evidence, but hey, that's because the paranormal is unpredictable. You don't know what is going to happen. You don't know if you're going to, go there for a few hours and literally just sit there in silence, or you don't know if, something gets thrown at you, or a door, mysteriously opens or shuts. It's unpredictable. People need to treat it that way. But it's just like, investigators, if they hear a noise, what do? They investigate the noise. What could have caused it? Is there an animal in the house or wherever you're at? Other teams, they hear a knock or a bang or anything, and they just sit there. Like, they don't investigate it. And honestly, that's something a lot of people should, ask questions about. But, there's a lot of channels that brainwash their audience, making it seem like they're the gurus at paranormal investigating, when they couldn't know the first thing about it. If you let a device do your investigating for you, don't release a video about it. Like, that's pointless. Anyways, I'm rambling on more and more. I get a little irritated when I see things that I clearly know are not credible, not true, and it rubs me the wrong way, because I'm very, very passionate about this, and unlike them, I want answers, just like all the other investigators that stay true. Anyways, well, thank you so much for anybody that's watching this. I'm not sure if anyone's watching or not, or listening or whatever, but I will have content out soon. Hopefully this weekend I'll get working on, finalizing a few investigations. But until then, I will see y'all next time.